10 Lumina and 2 perfect catalysts per run, 5 Lumina and 1 perfect catalyst per run. This is the absolute best farm in Clair Obscur Expedition 33, New Game Plus. And in my opinion, you should not be farming in early game, mid game, maybe late game on your first playthrough. Play it as you normally would, enjoy it, and then when you want to break up everything in New Game Plus, you come here and you run this. I'm going to show you the location, how to get here, how it works, and we're going to talk about the build and the reason why this works. So to start it off, we're actually going to be doing this at the monolith, which is one of the endgame locations. You got to go to the very front of the monolith. Again, it's an endgame, guys. So once we go inside the monolith, there's one thing that you got to keep in mind. The first flag here will not let you fast travel. You can't fast travel into the monolith. You're going to unfortunately have to run the entire way there. Now, once you're inside of the monolith, what we're going to do is go towards this first flag here. It's on the left side. Quite a bit of traveling you got to do here. So just want to be thorough. Make sure you guys don't get lost. So we're going to fast travel with this flag. We're going to go to the Tower Peak flag, which will bring you to right before you're supposed to get into that final boss. So you're at this portion here. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to turn around and we're going to run all the way back this way. You're going to make your way back through this town square, past these two enemies. Don't fight them. Make our way down here. And those enemies right across, which are very difficult on your first run. But on New Game Plus, it shouldn't be too big of a deal. You're going to fly across and fight them. And now there's a specific thing that you have to run in order for this to double. Let's get this started. So I'm going to just show you guys how essentially it's supposed to work. Verso is the only one alive. Let's shoot the first one in the middle. It's going to break. Shoot the other two. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now we just spam here till it's dead. And you'll see now that it's died, it actually gave us 10 color of Lumina, 2 perfect catalysts, and sometimes you'll get a recode every now and then. It can be random. If you want more Clair Obscur videos, hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you don't miss out on it and help raise that 38% even higher. We got lots of story explained videos on the way, character backstory breakdowns, and some crazy in-depth dives to the morality of what's going on in this game. The reason why this works, oh, actually, let me just show you the finishing method. So I'm gonna jump down here, and then you're gonna travel back all the way to the flag, rest, reset, do the same exact thing. And the reason why this works is because of the weapon that Verso has equipped. And I'm gonna show you guys the build right now that you guys need in order to make it work. So again, you're just gonna go all the way to this flag and do that. I think it's probably the fastest Lumina farm, and honestly the best way to get the perfect chromas, which are going to be used to upgrade your weapons to max, which I've been taking my time doing. I got majority of the weapons up there, which is pretty cool. And again, for the final levels, you're going to need that perfect chroma in order to get it up there. So the reason why this works is because Verso has a weapon equipped called the Contorso, which is one of his best weapons for free aiming. It has a really cool effect. At level 20, it triggers a lightning strike on critical hits. And if you guys see on the top right, you actually have Verso over 100% crit rate by default. That means that every hit that it does with this weapon will trigger a lightning strike or a second hit. So for some reason, there's a bug with this weapon where if you kill an enemy in the same way that we just did, where it's just double hits, it will basically trigger the rewards twice. In that specific fight, you're only supposed to get 5 Lumina and 1 perfect catalyst. Sometimes it can glitch and Verso won't get the 10 to drop, but more times than not, with this build and this setup, you can get it to drop consistently. Farm 10 Lumina per run and 2 perfect catalysts, which is, man, gonna get you good and ready to go for the rest of your New Game Plus runs. Here is essentially the build. We have Quick Break on him, Sweet Kill, and Augmented First Strike Pictos, all equipped to him just to boost his crit rate. That's all that really matters, is that he's over 100%. However you do it, but just get him over 100% crit rate and we'll be good. Now the Luminas that do matter are his damaging Luminas, like stuff like Augmented Aim for more free aim damage. I have Auto Death paired with Survivor, so this way he starts off at 1 HP, and that makes At Death's Door trigger, so you can deal more damage. So we have all the crazy damage increasing Pictos that you possibly can have on Verso. Everything from like double mark as well, which is what makes the marks blue and last one more hit. We got double burn, gives you imply like burning stacks and stuff. So all the things that matter. Energy 1 and 2. The only thing that you should not run on this is roulette. And you'll notice I took off roulette. Roulette actually makes this less consistent. Roulette will sometimes mess you up and do 50% less damage and not kill the enemy. So in order to bypass that, just don't run roulette on this. And yeah, that's essentially all that you really need to have on him. I mean, if you don't have enough crit rate Pictos to get him maxed out, you could always have last stand critical on, which will give you the crit chance when fighting alone. How we're breaking the enemies on the first hit, though, is the sniper Picto. You have sniper, which first free aim shot will deal 200% more damage and can also break enemies. And the reason why enemies are being able to be broken is because on Sciel and Luna, you don't actually have to have it on both of them. I just do, just for this build. We have auto death on them, but we also have breaking death, which will fully charge the enemy's break bar when they die. So every time they start off a match, they're going to be dying and breaking the enemies or putting them in a position for us to break them. And they have burning death to also apply burn to them. I have this on Luna too. That's why they essentially die in the beginning. I also have Death Bomb on them, which isn't important. It's not really making a huge difference in the health. I guess it does help in the overall damage aspect, but as you guys can see, it's not really dealing a whole lot there. But you don't have to have Death Bomb on them. I just have it because whatever. But that's essentially all that you really need to have on these characters. And I'll go down so you can see the rest of Verso's list. This is what you can get as well. If you look through the Picto wikis, and you'll be able to see where to get these. And by now, most of you guys should have majority of them. Rewarding mark is very important for this. You get 2 AP when you deal damage to a marked target. As you continuously mark the enemy and hit them, you'll be refunding AP. And of course, energizing shots is really important for this because it has a 20% chance to gain back 1 AP on a free aim shot. And again, that is luck based, but you can run into some fights where you just won't run out of AP at all because of how often this is actually hitting. And sometimes it'll mess you up. But again, guys, because we rest at the flag, it resets the enemies, and then you can run all the way back and repeat this as necessary. You can get a lot of Lumina this way at 10 Lumina per run, sometimes 5. That is still really good, because I think it's about a 30-second trek, maybe less, to get all the way from that flag to here and then back. So make sure you guys run this and get that Lumina up. And also, it's a really solid build for him to run, especially if you're doing follow-ups. Also, Verso's Attributes. A lot of people keep asking, how come your weapons have the same weapon, but at the same levels, but your weapon has more power? It's because of the attributes that each weapon specifically asks for. Like this one in particular requires that he puts stats into agility and defense, and then we put the rest into might. Every weapon is different depending on the letter grade, so however many attributes you put into each stat will change the power of that weapon. That's the case for all characters. You generally want to be within those letters. It makes a huge difference in their gameplay, makes a huge difference in their kit, and how much damage they deal. So you definitely want to follow that around, and then whatever you're lacking, whether it be crit rate or something else that you might need, you make up for it with equipped Pictos. That's how that works, guys. Now, to show off the crazy strengths of this build in another way, we're going to put roulette back on Verso, and let's pay a visit to Simon. Here is Verso Solo Simon. We're just gonna keep free aim shotting. So we have 2 left. Oh, we didn't even need to do this. And we'll follow up. Bing bong. So now we got the second phase of Simon. We'll just repeat the same thing. 47 million. Oh my god. And I guess we can angelize him now. Yeah. RIP Simon. 47 million on that follow-up shot. God damn. Yeah. This build is kind of ridiculous. And we definitely will do a second follow-up video for Verso directly dedicated to the free aim shots and like what weapons are best to use with it. But Contorso is really great in that way too. The main reason why that works is because of this ability. Where is it? Follow-up. So follow-up deals medium single target light damage. It does 1 hit, which can be a gamble with roulette. But the damage is increased for each free aim shot this turn, up to 10 times. So we're We're going to be free aim shotting a lot, landing a lot of hits a lot. He'll be in S rank almost immediately because of the break. And this move will only cost 2 AP because of that. So you basically expend all of your shots out until you have 2 AP left. Or if you're feeling lucky, if you drop down to 1, you shoot again. And if you get back to 2, you can do it however you want. Use Followup and it deals really, really incredible damage for Verso, which is a build that's really popular. A lot of people have been using this one since the game launch. I'm not really a big fan of free aim builds, but for farming though, I'll use free aim for farming, sure, why not? But yes, guys, that is the best ultimate farm for this game. I know there's a lot of people asking comments like, you should make a farm for early game, mid game, late game. I really don't think it matters. I seriously really don't think it matters. You just play the game, enjoy it however you want, and then when you get towards the end game stuff, make sure you give these a shot. I don't know if on regular first playthrough will that drop Lumina. I know it won't drop a perfect Chroma, because you can still get perfect chromas in your first playthrough. You just can't farm it like that in your first playthrough. New Game Plus you can, which is why I say wait till New Game Plus. Yeah, but that wraps it up for this video, guys. We got a whole bunch of other stuff planned. It's just been a really busy month for me. There's a lot of crazy stuff coming up with Summer Games Fest on its way and a bunch of new games dropping that we've been prepping some really fun things to work on. So I'm really looking forward to chatting with you guys about that soon. But Expedition 33 will always have a mainstay on the channel. We'll always be dropping some videos and talking about unique stuff with it because there's a lot to talk about in play in this game. Be sure to like the video if you enjoyed and subscribe if you are new. More Clair Obscur Expedition 33 videos are on the way and you don't want to miss them. My name is BltzZ and thanks for watching.